Hi guys, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to be discussing about previous previous year BITSAT questions. So as usual, this video is also available in Telugu, and I'll be leaving the description. I'll be leaving the link of the Telugu video in the description. If you are willing to check this video out in Telugu, you can go there. Okay. So this session has 5 questions. So you can see them in the form of chapters. So you can directly skip to the questions if you don't want to see the summary. So let's start with the video. So previous BITSAT questions. So you might have already seen the more common models in our previous lectures, such as finding the rth term, or finding the middle term, or finding the highest coefficient. So when I've gone through the previous BITSAT questions, there were also questions related to this. But since we already solved this in our previous lectures and these are quite easy, so I have picked 5 questions that you may find difficult somewhat. Okay, so let's start with the first question. So the question is, if T0, T1, T2 and so on Tn are the terms of the expansion x plus a whole power n, what is the value of this T0 minus T2 plus 3 T4 minus T6 and so on whole square plus T1 minus T3 plus T5 minus T7 plus and so on whole square. So the options are given as x square plus a square and power n, power 1 by n, power minus 1 by n. So what you find common in all the options is that there's a x square plus a square common in all the answers. So even if you don't have any clue while looking at the question, once you look at the options, you should be able to understand that we need to derive somehow this expression using x square plus a square. Now all of us know that a square minus b square formula is a plus b into a minus b. Okay, but there's also a formula for a square plus b square, that is using the imaginary numbers a plus ib into a minus ib. Okay, so for us to get the answer in the form of x square plus a square, it should be in the form of x plus ai into x minus ai. Okay, so first what we'll do is we'll write the expansions for x plus ai whole power n and x minus ai whole power n, and we'll see if we are getting something like this. Okay, so let's start with the expansion of x plus ai whole power n. It's nothing but nc0 x power n plus nc1 x power n minus 1 into ai plus nc2 x power n minus 2 into ai whole square plus and so on, it will go until ncn x power 0 into ai whole power n. Okay, so before solving this, we'll see the properties of I. You know, the value of I is root over minus 1. It's a imaginary number, basic imaginary number, root over minus 1. So I square will be minus 1. I cube will be I square into I. That will be nothing but minus I. Okay, I power 4 will be plus 1. Right. I power 5 will be I power 4 into I, which is nothing but I. So depending on the power of I, depending on this power, the value can vary anything between 1 minus 1 I minus I. Okay. So we'll see and replace the terms. Now if you observe, in the question it's given that x plus a whole power n is the expansion, and there will be total of n plus 1 terms, right, in this expansion. N plus 1 terms will be there in this expansion, and T0, T1, T2 and so on Tn are the terms of this expansion. Okay, now if you consider this term is same as in x plus a whole power n, so you can directly substitute this with T0. There's no change in this term. If you see this term, there's an extra I, so this can be written as I into T1, right? And when it comes to this term, there's extra I square. This term is nothing but T2, but this I square is extra. Up to here it's T2. So I square is nothing but -1. So it will be nothing but minus T2, right? And so on, this will go on like this. So if you see, if you take the terms with I and without I, it will be T0 minus T2 plus T4 minus and so on. Plus, if you take the terms with I, it will be T1 minus T3, this term T1 minus here the term T3 will be there with minus IT3. Okay, so it will be minus T3 plus T5 minus and so on. So this is what we get, the expansion of x plus ai whole power n. So similarly, if you write the expansion of x minus ai whole power n, it will be nothing but the same expansion but just with a minus in between. Okay, you can write and check for yourself, but if you check it, you will get T0 minus T2 plus T4 minus and so on minus I of T1 minus T3 plus T5 minus and so on. Okay, so if you consider this as equation 2 and if you consider this as equation 1, if we multiply equation 1 with equation 2, on the right hand side we will be getting x plus ai whole power n into x minus ai whole power n. On the right hand side we will be getting, suppose consider this S1 and consider this S2. Okay, so we will be getting S1 plus IS2 into S1 minus IS2. So this will be from equation 1, this will be from equation 2. So if you multiply this, it will be S square plus S2 square. It's nothing but A plus IB into A minus IB, A square plus B square. So it will be nothing but T0 minus T2 plus T4 minus and so on whole square plus T1 minus T3 plus T5 minus and so on whole square. In the right hand, in the left hand side, it will be x square plus a square whole power n. So nothing but the value of this expression is x square plus a square whole power n, which will be nothing but second option. Okay. So we'll move on to the next question. So in this question, they have given C0, C1, C2, C3 and so on Cn are the coefficients of the expansion 1 plus x whole power n. Okay, so these are not in the previous question, it was terms of the expansion, but here it's the coefficients. So they are nothing but nc0, nc1, those are the coefficients. Okay, so what they're asking is, they're asking us to find the value of c0 plus c1, c0 plus c0 plus c1 plus c0 plus c1 plus c2 and so on up to c0 plus c1 plus c2 and so on cn minus 1. So most of the cases, I think 90% of the cases, when you look at some question like this, the most probable solution to this would be taking the sequence as it is. So first copy the sequence as it is. Okay. So after copying the sequence as it is, you need to reverse the sequence. Like this term should be written first here and this term should be written last here. So we'll do that. So c0 plus c1 plus and so on cn minus 1 plus the second term will be c0 plus here it's second term, here it's second term from the last, it will be in this position. So that term will be c0 plus c1 and so on up to only cn minus 2. Okay, plus and so on, it will be c0 plus c1 and finally c0. So if you observe this, we know the property of combination that NCR equal to NCN minus R. So if you don't know it, it's an easy derivation, you can solve it by yourself. You just write the formula of NCR and you just write the formula of NCN minus R. They both will be equal. So in our given case, NC naught is equal to NCN. Okay, NC 0 equal to NCN minus 0. That is NCN. So in place of this C naught, we can write Cn. Okay, and in place of this C1, we can write Cn minus 1. And in place of C0, we can write Cn. So if you correspondingly add the first terms of the two summations, suppose consider this to be your equation 1, consider this to be your equation 2. If you add 1 and 2, so if you're adding 1 and 2, in the left hand side it will be 2s. In the right hand side, if you add the simultaneously the first terms of both the summations, C0, C1, C2, C3 and so on, Cn minus 1 will be there. Here Cn is also there. So all the terms, all the coefficients from C0 to Cn, everything will be there in this bracket. Okay, when we are adding first terms of the two summations simultaneously. If you add second term of the two summations simultaneously, here C0, C1, C2 and so on up to Cn minus 2 is there. Here Cn minus 1 is there and Cn is also there. So here also when you when you do the summation of all the coefficients, it will be C0, C1 and so on up to Cn. So what you can observe is for all the summations, every coefficient from C0 to Cn will be there in each bracket. Okay, here also C0, C1, C2 and so on, Cn minus 1 is there. In the place of C0, you can substitute Cn. So when you add these two terms simultaneously, it will be C0 plus C1 plus C2 and so on, Cn. Okay, so how many terms like this? This happens for n times. So it can be written as n into sum of Cn, right? Sum of the coefficients. We already know that sum of coefficients in a binomial expansion is 2 power n. Okay, we check out this formula. It's fairly simple. So in the place of this, we can write 2 power n. So 2s equal to n into 2 power n. So if we cancel this and this, it will be 2 power n minus 1. So answer is n into 2 power n minus 1. So this is the answer for this summation. So 90% of the times when you see these kind of sums which are having long summations, you can try it by reversing the sequence and then adding it, because sum of coefficients of any binomial expansion is 2 power n. Okay, keep this in mind, it will be useful. So we'll move to next question. So this is fairly straightforward question. In this they have asked the coefficient of x power 20 in the given expansion. Okay, so 1 plus x square whole power 40 into x square plus 2 plus 1 by x square whole power minus 5. So if you observe this bracket, there are three terms and it's generally difficult for us to do trinomial expansion. So what we should do is we should figure out some way in which this becomes two terms. So if you see properly, it can be written as x plus 1 by x whole square, because x plus 1 by x whole square is x square plus 1 by x whole square plus 2 into x into 1 by x. So x cancel and it will give this term. Okay, so we'll substitute that. So 1 plus x square whole power 40 into x plus 1 by x whole square whole power minus 5. So already minus 5 is there in the power, so we'll keep that also. 2 into minus 5 will be minus 10. Okay, so if you take LCM in the bracket, it will be x square plus 1 by x whole power minus 10 into 1 plus x square whole power 40. So if you leave x power minus 10 in the denominator, okay, and if you see it's 1 plus x square whole power 40 into 1 plus x square whole power minus 10, it's nothing but 1 plus x square whole power 40 minus 10, right? When you add when you multiply, the indexes will be added, 40 minus 10. So it's 1 plus x square whole power 30 into x power minus 10. When it comes to numerator, it will be x power 10. So if you write the rth term for this expansion, TR equal to NCR x power n minus r a power r. So this is a general formula. So if you write it 30CR into, in the place of x, it's 1. Okay, 1 power n minus r is nothing, 1. A power r means x square whole power r, that is x power 2r. Already x power 10 is multiplied with each and every term of this expansion, so we'll write x power 10 also here. Okay, so 2r plus 10 equal to 20. We need to equate this to 20 because we need to find the coefficient of x power 20. So the power of x in this term should be equated to 20. So r equal to 10 by 2, that is 5. So the answer is 30C5, because we got the value of r is 5 and the coefficient is 30CR. So the answer is 30C5. So I didn't write the options for this question here, but in the question 30C5 is not given as an answer. Okay, so what should you do? 30C5 is equal to 30C25 also. NCR equal to NCN minus R. So 30C25 is given in the answer. So the first option was something, second was something, third was something, and fourth was given none of these. Okay. So if you are in a hurry and if you see that none of the first three options are matching with 30C5, you should not pick none of these as option, because the second option was there as 30C25 also. So when you're dealing with combinations, you should be careful when you're selecting options, because sometimes NCR and NCN minus R both can be given as options. Okay, and D can be given as both B and C. So if 30C25 is given as option B and 30C5 is given as option C and D is given as both B and C, you should be able to pick both B and C. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now we'll move to next question. So in this one, they're asking what is the order of this polynomial after we expand these two expansions. What is the order of the polynomial that will be formed? And they have given 4 options: 5, 6, 7 and 8. So basically when it's x plus a whole power n and x minus a whole power n both are added, if both these terms are added, then odd terms will be cancelled. Suppose we expand this, it's nc0 x power n plus nc1 x power n minus 1 into a power 1 plus and so on, right, up to nth term. And x minus a whole power n will be nc0 into x power n minus nc1 into x power n minus 1 into a plus nc2 into x power n minus 2 into a square plus and so on up to n plus 1th term. So when you see this, when you're adding this, these two terms will not be getting cancelled. This term and this term will be getting cancelled. So T1, T3, T5, T7 and so on, these terms will be getting cancelled when you are adding x plus a whole power n and x minus a whole power n. So in our given example also, it's in the form of x plus a whole power n and x minus a whole power n. So when we add this, only the even terms will be remaining. T0, T0 0 is not even or odd, but T0, T2, T4, T6, T8 and so on, these terms will be remaining. Here the index is only up to 5. So T0, T2 and T4. Only these three terms will be not cancelling each other. Not cancelling each other. All other terms will cancel each other. So the answer will be 2 into T0 plus T2 plus T4. And we are adding these two terms. Okay. So I'll write 2 into T0 is nothing but 5C0 into x power 5, second term power 0. So we need not write anything. It's 5C2 into x power 3 square root of x cube minus 1 whole square. This is a T2. And T4 will be 5C4 x power 1 into square root of x cube minus 1 whole power 4. Okay. So we'll observe from here only. In this term, the power of the x is 5. In this, x cube into x cube minus 1. So highest power in this is x power 6 only. In this, x into x cube minus 1 whole square. So when you square this, the highest power will be x power 6. Already x is multiplying. So x into x power 6, x power 7. So highest term, highest power of x in this expansion is 7. So the polynomial is of order 7. Okay. This is also fairly straightforward question. Now 1 minus x plus x square whole power n equal to, it's given something like this. So they want us to find the value of a0 plus a2 plus a4 plus a6 and so on up to an. It was given in 2006. So what they want is they want us to cancel away a1, a3, a5 and so on. So we have already seen in the previous example, if you want to cancel the odd terms, what should we do here? So in this example, if we place x equal to 1 and x equal to minus 1, then if we place x equal to 1, it will be 1 minus 1 plus 1 square whole power n equal to a0 plus a1 plus a2 plus and so on up to a2n. Okay. If we place x equal to minus 1, it will be 1 minus of minus 1 plus minus 1 whole square whole power n equal to a0 minus a1 plus a2 minus a3 plus and so on plus a2n. So 2n is an even number, so it will be having positive sign only. So if you consider this as equation 1 and if you consider this as equation 2 and if you add both the equations a1 a1 a3 a3 a5 a5 and everything will be cancelled. So in the left hand side 1 minus 1, 1 square is 1, 1 power n is also 1. So 1 plus here it's 1 minus of minus 1, that is plus 1, minus 1 whole square, that is plus 1 whole power n. So this is nothing but 3 power n. So in the left hand side it will be 1 plus 3 power n. In the right hand side a0 a0 a2 a2 everything is repeating twice. So you can take 2 as common, a0 plus a2 plus a4 plus a6 plus and so on a2n. So if you just need to take this to this side, it will be by 2. Okay. So the answer is 1 plus 3 power n by 2 for this expansion. Okay. This is also fairly straightforward. So in the binomial theorem, if you just understand the basic concepts and maybe some of the tips and tricks like this, you can easily solve the questions. And in BITSAT also, every 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 questions are coming from binomial theorem. So I cannot say this is really important, but if you know the binomial theorem, you will be able to understand more easily some of the advanced concepts in engineering or further studies. So I recommend that you study binomial theorem carefully and understand the basic concepts of everything. Okay. So except like I have selected 5 questions, right? without these 5 questions also, there are some other models that are given as a previous BITSAT question. So I'll name them here. So you already know the term independent of x. So if there is any question like this, you will directly write rth term, and in the place in the power of x should be equated to 0. So if the term is independent of x, the power of x should be 0. So the power of the trth term should be equated to 0. So then you can solve these kind of questions. In the middle term of expansion, already in the previous questions, I have given nc n by 2, nc n minus 1 by 2, and nc n plus 1 by 2. These kind of formulas are there for middle term and the coefficient of the expansion. And suppose ratio of 2 terms is given, there are some questions where you need to find the value of n. Okay, they will give you x plus a whole power n. Okay, they'll give you x plus a whole power n. They'll not give you the value of n, they'll give you the value of x, they'll give you the value of a, and they'll give you something like t5 by t4 equal to some 20. Okay, and they'll ask you to find the value of n. So you will directly write t5 t4 using the general formula tr, and from there you can find the value of n. This is also fairly straightforward. So if they ask sum of odd terms or sum of even terms, we have already discussed x plus a whole power n plus x plus a whole x minus a whole power n will give you odd terms, and x plus a whole power n minus of x minus a whole power n will give you sum of even terms. Okay, and if they're asking the rth term of the expansion, it's fairly straightforward. tr equal to ncr x power n minus r y power a power r. So this is a basic formula. So these are also some of the models that have been asked as a previous BITSAT questions. So if you know binomial theorem, it's fairly easy and you can get somewhere around 4 to 5 marks easily in BITSAT. Okay. So this is it. In the next chapters, I'll be discussing previous JEE mains question of binomial theorem, and I'll also be discussing previous MSET questions in the binomial theorem track. So until then, goodbye. If you like my video, please share it with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. It will be really useful for me. So until the next video, goodbye.